mean, you mentioned Witcher. I mean, have you had much interaction with CD Projekt Red? Do you ever reach out to those guys?
On and off. Like it's not like we're grabbing coffee because Poland's a long way away. But when I see them at cons and stuff, I'm like, hey, loved your game. It was absolutely fantastic. And they reply with the same thing. And CD Projekt Red licensed the Aurora engine, which was the Neverwinter Nights engine, to do Witcher 1. Right? A lot of people forget that. They're like, well, you guys must hate each other because fantasy. And it's like, no, man. No, I get to play that game and I don't know how it turns out. That sounds awesome. I think, and you look at it and you're like, well, those games are competing and a lot of people are like, oh, well, Witcher's far better and everything's amazing. I'm like, sure, unless you want a party, right? Unless you want like a lot of the things that made Dragon Age really stand out and unique, I think, were things that Witcher didn't particularly dig into. They had notable characters, but they didn't do that party experience or the banter, all that stuff. So they make very different games. And we had to lean more into like tabula rasa characters, like you could be a Canary or an elf or a male or a female. Like all these characters are different. Whereas they had the advantages and disadvantages of you get to be Geralt and kind of like dig into his history and his relationships and so on. So like I love that it is a different game, but it's also like there's elements of it that are similar, elements that are different. And I think that's just to, frankly, the industry's benefit. Like if we all made the same game, it would kind of suck. I think we need a Divinity. We need a Witcher. We need a Skyrim. Like we need all of those because, again, we're fighting for time. People don't have time to play it all. So let's give them a breadth of experience and see what resonates with each segment of the audience.
Yeah, definitely. So CD Projekt Red just called tomorrow and offered you a job on Cyberpunk. You wouldn't take it. Is that right? You're hell-bent on consulting for a while?
Okay, so I'm really digging the consulting, but if there's a few things that would certainly they would raise an eyebrow. They would absolutely raise an eyebrow. There was okay, so I am a giant cyberpunk nerd. Like straight up Neuromancer is my favorite novel of all time.
Oh wow,
straight
okay.
Up. Yeah, like I am. William Gibson could like write on the stall of a bathroom, and I would make a small pilgrimage there. Like he is a brilliant author, and like the idea of kind of the Case and Molly kind of heist thing is just that was seared in 12-year-old me's mind, and Cyberpunk would certainly pull me in. Right, I'm watching Altered Carbon. I'm looking forward to Mute. That's another one in that space. So Netflix seems to be leaning there as well. But for the most part. Like, moving to Poland and moving my family and that kind of stuff would all be exceptionally challenging. But it's still like Cyberpunk's always had a draw. It's always had a draw. And I think, again, it's interesting that they're going to that particular Cyberpunk is like an R. Telsorian. Like it wasn't even an A-lister kind of like pen and paper, but it was a very cohesive world that was very it was very well thought up, if not like it didn't have like the kind of hook in the same way Shadowrun did, but it did have its own corporations, it had its own stuff. And I think it was very true to that Gibson-esque kind of style where it was like, yeah, no, this is pretty much corporate dystopia. Enjoy. So yeah, I'm wildly looking forward to seeing what they come up with at E3, let me tell you.
Thank you so much for watching this excerpt from the Game Informer Show podcast. You can subscribe to the audio version and listen to new episodes airing every Thursday. We cover big games on the horizon, games that we've just reviewed. We have long-form developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So check it out every Thursday.